London for me has been an experience I have learned a lot from, mostly because of the new city environment. The population size is nearly double the size of New York, with an astounding 9.5 million, with the actual place itself ranging from 20 to 22 miles long. Apart from the size, London's vast population and rich history is known as one of the greatest financial districts because it attracts many tourists. In fact, it is rated second to New York. My theme for this video is therefore going to be Global London. Both Kensington and Mayfair are two of the largest financial districts in London because of the economic, commercial, and touristy sites it has to offer. Kensington lies to the west of London, further away from the river. I would first like to acknowledge the area regarding Church Street where St. Mary Abbott's Church is located. The movie Notting Hill was also shot on this street for the fans of Julia Roberts. Next up is Kensington Court, one of the most popular mansions where apartments started to get famous. I personally loved these red brick buildings the most. The court mews are also photographed here, which used to be the stables for the horses, but now have been converted into housing for residents. Kensington is also home to the Royal Diplomatic and Armed Police Station. This is in part due to the location of the palace in various high surveillance areas, such as the embassies located alongside the palace gardens. Kensington Palace Gardens are leading up to the entrance of the palace where pedestrians can walk through. There are big golden gates to signify the entrance to the palace. The palace contributes to Global London from its astounding 400,000 visitors each year, making it the third most popular place to visit in the UK. The gates seemed very domestic to me and simple for a royal palace, although simplicity is also usually beautiful too. Along these gates you will also see the great stone road that is open to pedestrians. The palace was home to an increasing number of royals, some being Queen Victoria along with Princess Diana and Princess Margaret. There is a big, long road located along the palace known as the Royal Entrance, where there is a statue of Queen Victoria. The statue was sculpted by the Queen's daughter, Louise, depicting 18-year-old Victoria in her coronation robes. Across the street from the palace is Hyde Park Gate, where there is lots of rich residences, such as where Winston Churchill and Virginia Woolf lived. I thought the Albert Memorial was the most sentimental part of the tour because it represented the love between Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. There was also lots of symbolism encrypted into this memorial because it represented the work of many famous architects. The memorial is a symbol of the money and success the prince brought to the country due to the Great Exhibition and the revenue it still brings in today. The statue rests next to the site of Prince Albert's Great Exhibition, along with the complex museums and educational establishments to make up an area known as Albertropolis. This can now be thought of as one of the most cultural centers of the world because it fosters some of the most collective intellectual thought. Mayfair is another area in London to contribute to my Global London theme. The Grosvenor family developed Mayfair as an urban development. The head of the Grosvenor family is the Duke of Westminster, for anyone that was wondering. Hyde Park is located on the other side of Kensington Gardens, where there are many war memorials. My favorite is the statue depicting Napoleon on a chariot of war to symbolize the entrance into London. The statue celebrates the Duke of Wellington's victory at the Battle of Waterloo. There is also a World War II memorial of columns for troops of the Commonwealth. These troops included India and Pakistan. My favorite is the memorial dedicated to the men of the Bomber Command during World War II. I thought the statue made each of the men look confident and proud to be fighting for their countries. Farther down the road is Berkeley Square, where the rich would hold their parties. This is where I learned the average price for an apartment in Grosvenor is $17.5 million. The presence of the extremely wealthy is therefore contributing to the growing economy by bringing in expensive shops for the wealthy to attract their businesses. Bond Street is up next in London and is known throughout the world for its wealth of elegant stores, exclusive brands, designer fashion, luxury goods, fine jewels, and pieces of art. There is also a chocolate shop called Charbonnel E. Walker where celebrities like to order their chocolate. Burlington Arcade is also there with lots of elegant shops, and Fortnum and Mason, which is a top store to buy food gifts. Jermyn Street is another popular avenue for the best shirt and cheese shops in London. And St. James Street is where there are big names for Gentlemen's Club. I personally enjoyed touring both places because of the elegant views and rich history each venue has to offer. I also felt as though I was contributing to the theme of Global London because I was another tourist visiting each of these amazing venues. I hope I get to go back to both Kensington and Mayfair at least one more time before I start my journey back to the US.